All right. So next we have the Academy on-site regulations. So it's basically what's going to be happening in these 3 months, or what they're going to be doing, how it's going to be operating. So it's going to be the first Monday in June to the last Friday in August. And the Academy operating hours are Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. And we have a scheduled curriculum that will be run by the program specialist. And when they're not on at school, they'll be actually in their dorm rooms or outside bonding and just having fun, just being kids. But when they are on site in the dorms, then there will be two different floors, one divided into one boys floor and then a girls floor, where there will be 24-hour staffing and a minimum of two staff members must be on site at all times. And this basically dealing with the dorm after hours, after the 4 p.m. And the staff will also rotate weekends and holidays. They'll be off and I will be running the staff. And for weekly exploratory field trips and outdoor activities will happen every Friday. It is not all about work, work, work. They have to play. They are kids. We're going to let them do that in different ways, with different events, and different places to go. And lastly, we have the annual Ebony Junior Bloom Ball in October. It's where basically everybody come back in their finest attire and we just give awards, scholarships, and family giveaways. So basically, they're all their work because throughout the program, they will be working on their specialty, their one thing, their creative thing that they have that nobody else have, or maybe they have something somebody else have. Maybe they can collaborate. That way that they basically have something they're looking forward to and something to basically be honored for taking their time out to joining the program. And then along we'll be giving our awards to our scholars as well, our sponsors as well, and all our contributors, and basically showing appreciation for them. And we also be giving things out in the crowd to the family to basically appreciate them for allowing their child to come and join the program and let them know that they're valued as well. Next is our operational plan. How these things are going to work together. So the program components and conditions are basically it's all about research. We're trying to figure out what works with the kids, where they're at and where they're headed, and how we're going to help them get there. So it's all about program screening, assessing, and monitoring the evaluation. And again, our approach is just no hassle, no adversity or anything. It's just a calm approach to real life situations, along with life coaching and mentoring and social improvement. So the conditions that we're looking into for the children to basically exude is being on time, meeting attendance policy, doing community service, and they'll be housed and be provided with education and life skills and training. We just want them to be a part of it and respect the rules and regulations that comes with the dorms along with the classrooms. And there will always be a weekly 1 hour coaching for each child to see where they're at and continue them on to their game plan that's established at the beginning. And we promote mixed bonding. So we want them to be with someone from a different background with them so they can learn how to operate and learn how to be kind to other people who don't share the same background as them. Next, we have the lifestyle comparisons. It's the difference in foster children versus two-parent households. So, what we'll be looking for, or what the youth council will be looking for, is basically the current perception of their life for foster children and the two-parent household children. Well, again, their upbringings, their childhood, what they experience. We want to know their goals, their aspirations, so we can help them drive into those and how they feel in their current life. What is currently going on and how do they feel about it? Because we want to understand the level of happiness they do have in their current place in life, and we also want to know what their passion is. So again, so we can drive them into achieving what it is that they seek for to obtain, and we want to know what they want to be when they grow up. To see how can we aid in the system as well in order to get there. We want to know their fears and their misfortunes in life, so we don't put them through any trauma, that's not our intent, but make sure we don't revisit places or things that cause trauma for them. And we want to know what makes them happy because we have to know what makes them happy. So when they do get into those, disgruntled moments or upset moments, we can find a way to get them back out and get them back to their normal stance, get them back to happiness. And we also want to know 3 things they would like to change. Good, bad, it doesn't matter. We just want to know so we can help. The marketing plan. How is it all going to come about? So again, the target market is our young pupils. We're looking for foster and two-parent household children, elementary school children. That is the main focus that we're looking for, basically grade school. And the children that show impressive and unique talents or skill sets, so they can basically display their talents at the junior boom ball, and eager to learn and inquisitive children. So our SWOT analysis, our strengths, we are one of a kind. I haven't found anything online to say that somebody else is doing what we're doing or trying to do in this capacity. Like there are community places, but not more detailed and structured on this thing. Besides, like I would say, if anything, Job Corps, but that's more of adults, and we're looking for the children. So the community improvement, like what we give will help, bond the community, help improve it overall, especially with our acts of kindness. And we're eligible for government grant and assistance, so that's extra funding. And it's a summer program, so parents who basically work, who's not teachers, basically work all year round. They need somewhere for their children to go that they know is a safe place. That will be us. And on top of that, they'll be learning. Centrally located in downtown St. Louis, that's the main focus. And I feel like there's buses, Metrolinks, and everything that runs downtown, so it can be easy to actually come. So, and then we have educational focus on improving life skills, something that they don't learn in actual school, they'll be learning here. So that is one of the big things that I've always wanted when I was in school to know, like, I don't know how to create a fire. What if I do get stranded? We want them to know how to basically survive through life without the help of others, and they can just basically think about things that can help them advance and move forward. And we do have where our focus is for the life coaching. We help them through their life to help them, be comfortable on what their current situation and get them more confident on the future, and we're more hopeful for the future. The weakness is there's no specific market comparison. So besides Job Corps, in a sense or whatever, for children of like school age, there's no comparison. So it's to see how to gather, the tools needed is hard. So it's all come just in a sense of gathering information, collecting information from different sources to see what's needed to run the school in a sense, but nothing really giving me the jump start to get a basically a wide range of understanding on how to do it correctly and efficiently. Next is funding and capital. Even though we will be grant eligible for nonprofit, but we still have to obtain the money as well. But I think capital will probably be a weakness for most startup companies. Opportunities is projection to become a year-round accredited academy. We're trying to move into an actual school setting. So, like with the growth and the reputation that we're going to be receiving during this period of building and funding and expanding, hopefully we can move forward into becoming an actual academy that the school age kids can come through from first to fifth grade. And the ability to serve more children is basically the goal. And the exploratory subjects and topics, I believe, is what allow room for endless sponsors. Like anybody's child can come, because this is what we're offering, and what we're looking for is for basically anything for a child to explore, for them to basically scope in and actually become better in. So the threat is parental approval. Some parents might be apprehensive since this is a new company, but we're going to, wash their fears away to show them that we're here for their children, we're here for their progression. Next is promotion and advertising. We're going to promote on the company's website, social media, colleges, universities. It's anything, to be honest. It doesn't really matter. TV, radio, billboards, flyers, company vehicles, anything to get our name out there. Next would be the competitor assessment. There's not really, again, there's no real market. So the only thing I would say is Foster Care Coalition or Adopt Connect. But in a sense that since they're not, the focus is not like ours, that is we really don't have a competitor in this area. The financial plan. So for the startup cost totaling $185,000, that's along with everything that's listing legal costs, buildings, website, program supplies, in order to run and do the curriculum, along with equipment needed, computers and things like that. There's a lot of things that tie into it, and along with the salaries that's needed to pay the staff and the marketing needed in order to build our reputation. So it's just a lot that's adding up with the field trips as well. And I also calculate in miscellaneous because you never know what happened. But I feel like from things that I've seen go wrong in other businesses, I feel like that was a feasible amount of money in order to calculate into just in case. Next is the initial funding sources. Definitely a bank loan of at least a minimum of $185,000. We're going to be looking into funding for the federal government as well for being a nonprofit, and along with finding board members who a minimum of six is really needed, who can contribute at least $3,000 each to receive a share in the organization, and eventually they will receive a 12% return from the contributors pool at the end of the year. It'll definitely be after the ball. And along with additional funding for fundraisings and donations for partner companies and sponsors. In the annual expenses, in order to keep this thing rolling, we'll definitely need a minimum of $1,000. I'm sorry, $100,000 in order to keep everything going, to keep the rental space, to keep the children going on activities, and also continue with our annual ball of giving scholarships and just the everyday gas for the field trips, and along with the repaying back the loan. So all of this calculated for annual expense of at least of $100,000. The annual breakdown, the figures are based on an increase of 15% in donations for the first 2 years. So hopefully our sponsors are contributing what's needed. And the 3% after the third year mark, hopefully we can go up to the 18% that's needed in order to keep on bringing in, new children, more children in different curriculum as well. And after that, our sponsors have an option to just leave the agreement after 5 years, but we definitely would like them to stay. So we'll definitely try to promote them and keep giving them incentives on staying and being a part of the foundation as well. Next is the exit plan. Hopefully we don't come to that, but you have to be prepared. So the outline of strategic exit plan is first, we'll speak with the legal team for 3 to 6 months in advance when the finances are 30% or more below projected target. We evaluate whether to sell, merge, or close. And next, we'll speak with board members regarding our options. Set a date to reevaluate and negotiate final steps, because sometimes you have to give things time to work out. So that's why we're basically coming back, reconvene, and see where we're at moving forward. Next, we'll set up a severance package. If the plan is to basically close, we'll set up a severance package for the employees and in returns for the shareholders. And next, we'll notify the employees of what's going on and then finalize the plans. To see. So, the appendix, the research that we'll be looking for. So since we're trying to understand the children, trying to move them forward and have them persevere from beyond what they're currently going through, especially the foster children in general, we have just projections of their mental state, their physical, social state, and how well they comprehend and their level of creativity. So that's what we'll be evaluating and looking for, and hopefully they will progress. And overall, they will progress and we'll see a change.